Here we are with installment number 2 of the series, Things People Say That I Hate. Today's topic is going to be on a statement that really gets to me, one that really brings up a lot of problems in our society, and it causes a lot of rifts and dissensions and bad communication between people of faith and people who are not. And the reason why is just because of bad defining of terms. And that topic today is faith is believing in what you know is not true, or a statement that faith is not based on logic or experience, or defining faith as a blind leap, without any good reasons for doing so. And I'm here to debunk that. First of all, I'll start with Hebrews 11:1, which is in the Bible. It says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." It did not say that faith is the conviction of things that are untrue. It did not say that faith is the conviction of things that are illogical. The visibility of something does not determine its truthfulness. And we have many examples of that. For example, we do not see our mind, our memories, or our emotions, but we use them every day, and no one would deny that they are there. Unless you have a different philosophical framework, but notwithstanding that point, that's another video. We have good reasons to believe they are there. In the same way, the truthfulness of God's existence is not determined by his visibility. We do not have to see God in order to prove that he exists. We have faith that God exists, not because we physically see him, but because we have good reasons for believing him. One of those, we have two philosophical arguments that have persisted throughout time. You have the teleological argument, which argues for existence based on the fact that the universe seems to have been designed with purpose. Then you have the cosmological argument, which uses the scientific principle that nothing that exists came from nothing. Meaning it had to have been created, or it had to have a beginning. And the universe, which is something that began to exist, had a beginning. Therefore, someone had to cause it. But those are philosophical arguments that I probably will address in another video. But to just continue in this manner, we experience God in a myriad of ways. Therefore, we make logical claims about him. For example, in my conversations with God, I have asked him for provisions in my life. And he told me that it would be given, and it happened. So my logical conclusion is that he is a provider for people. So my experience with him, and I had an experience with him, and I made a logical conclusion based on it. So you can't say that faith is not based on logic and experience. It may not be based on the experience that you are looking for, which is another topic as well. And I'm just going to end this video with some examples of my experience with God and how I've come to the logical conclusion that he does exist, and how this proves that faith is what it is. So I attend a Christian university in California, and my second semester there of my freshman year, I came back not having enough money to pay for that semester. Like I was $5,000 or something short on the tuition. And I was in Alabama at the time, and my mom was looking at me. She's like, "We don't have any money. There's nobody here who can give you money. Dad doesn't have money. I don't." And I just knew that God wanted me to come to this school. And so I prayed to him. I said, "God, you told me to come here. I need the money. How am I going to pay for it?" He said, "I told you to go. Just trust me and go to school." And so I got on the plane, came to California from Alabama with absolutely no way to pay for this tuition, which was like $5,000 something short. And the last day before the semester, officially closed for people to pay, I received a grant, amount just slightly over what I needed, and it covered all my expenses for tuition, and it gave it to me. God answered his prayer just like he said it would. He said, "Just go, don't worry, I got it," and he did it. And also, just to give you another example, on my way back to California this year, coming back after leaving for a short while, went back home for family matters, told God that we wanted to come back to California with a certain amount of money. It was like over 10,000, in order to make sure that we will be able to set up ourselves appropriately once we're here. And we prayed about it, and we just kind of let it go, and we continued to live at home for a while until we felt comfortable. And as the The process of coming back continued to unfold, and we were able to get things together, and we made the trip out here. As we were moving in and settling into our new place, we added up all the money, and we had more than the amount that we had asked God for a whole year previously. And that just shows you that my experience, I had an experience with God. I talked to him. I told him what we needed, had a conversation. He told me, I'll handle it. And whether I see in reality, whether I see in the real world what actually happened, I physically received the money needed that I asked for from him. He answered my prayer. And so that just goes on to prove that, I'm not just out here living on a blind leap. I am putting my faith in something. I'm hoping for something that I just can't see yet. I just can't empirically see yet. That doesn't mean that it's not true. That doesn't mean it's not based on logic. That does not mean that it is not based on experience. It's just an experience that maybe you don't consider quite as valid. But that will be the end of this video. Thank you for listening. Please comment, subscribe, and just let me know what you think about it.